Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. 2020 was a bit of a chaotic mess for basically everybody in the world. I'm actually gonna go through my year of 2020 in my tiny house and things that happened to me and a couple things that have been going on, just to recap everything in 2020. Let's get started. We are going to start with January 1st, 2020, which I used to be in Illinois, and in Illinois on that day, cannabis became recreational. I have CRPS, which is chronic regional pain syndrome. It is one of the things on the Illinois list of medical. So I have shoulder pain and I will supposedly have it for the rest of my life. And this medical cannabis actually helps. I do smoke throughout the day, even when I'm working. I have anxiety and it does help my pains, and I also use it to go to sleep because I have insomnia. Around February 1st, COVID-19, which is the coronavirus, actually hit really big. That is when the WHO declared it an emergency and basically everybody had to be put on lockdown. This turned the stores into a chaotic mess when it came to buying things like toilet paper and disinfectant wipes, even food. Like there was sparse shelves and all of the shelves were bare and empty, and it was a complete chaotic mess. Everybody was basically put on lockdown. We were told not to leave our houses unless it was an emergency or unless we were an essential worker, or if we had to go to the store or the doctor. But for the most part, groups of people had to be kept to 1 or 2 people. Everyone had to start wearing masks. The world was just in a big mess. That is actually still going on right now. Moving on into March, Goddess of Herbs, my business. You guys can check out that link right here and I'll put it in the description below. I make and sell herbal remedies and natural products, and after the coronavirus hit, my business started like flourishing. Like it went through the roof. People were buying immune boosting herbs to prevent them from getting the virus, as well as buying herbs like mullein that would clear your lungs in order to expel the phlegm that was in your lungs that was caused by the coronavirus. Echinacea, elderberry, and mullein were my top 3 sellers when this whole thing was going on. It's kind of died down a little bit, and it's now turned to kava kava being my bestseller, which is basically used as a relaxation and anti-anxiety herb. It basically helped my business, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about that, and it's still doing very well. My sales went up actually 90% because of this. I became an essential worker because, you know, people needed my natural products and to get them better or to prevent them from getting sick. Now we're around April. I was supposed to be looking for my land while I was staying in the campground. That was my plan. But because of all of the drama that happened, being on the lockdown because of the coronavirus actually helped, because I was just able to stay inside. I stocked up on medical marijuana so that I didn't have to go out all the time. It was pretty much inside for the entire 2020. I kind of put finding my land on the back burner. So because I'm inside my house, I decided to expand my business office and expand my business because I was making so many sales. I added about 50 herbs to my business. I had to add baskets, decorate vertically so that I had more space because I live, you know, in a tiny house. Didn't really have much place to put all this stuff. And now I'm actually going to expand again, about 20 more herbs. I need more room for that too, because again, these are my best sellers and they're like flying off the shelves. Why not add more and give people what they want? I also added those drawers right there. They're actually like makeshift doors on what used to be like a decoration in my living room. So I took all the decorations out and put business stuff inside there. And then I also put stuff on the walls. At the end of May of 2020, there was another tragedy that happened. A black man by the name of George Floyd, age 46, was killed by a white officer. His death basically triggered a worldwide protest against police brutality and police accountability, the Black Lives Matter movement came out with a response that was more powerful than ever. There were good protests, there were riots happening, there were fires started. I even have family in law enforcement, so that was a worry on my end as well. I do support the Black Lives Matter movement, and none of that should have happened. His death should not have happened, and police need to be more accountable for what they do. It's just ridiculous. Sliding through June, July, and August, I'm still in the house. My sales are still booming, and no one's basically allowed to go outside. I don't want to go outside because of the drama in the campground. June, July, and August were basically spent just inside my house. Now we are into September of 2020, and I think to myself, I feel so stuck that I need to get out of here. Around that September 1st-ish thing, I was like, it's about to get cold. I don't want to be here any longer. I don't want to be here for another month. I just didn't want to be there for another month. What I decided to do was move. And I decided to do this in 3 months. Took out a notebook and started writing down where I wanted to go, how much money I was going to spend, how I was going to sell my shed, my golf cart, some more of my belongings, how much delivery was going to cost, gas, all of that. I started planning my entire move. Not many people knew about it in the beginning because I just didn't want people asking me, where are you going? I didn't want the past at the campground to follow me. So because I chose to move and gave myself 3 months before the snow started in Illinois, I started visiting family and friends in order to say my goodbyes to them because I didn't know when I was going to see them next. So I would drive back to my hometown and see those family and friends, and also go to places I like to eat because I never knew if I was going to have those foods again. I also had Zoom meetings with some of my family because there was too many of us to try to coordinate to get together. Kept packing and kept planning my plan, and I finally decided to move to Georgia. And now November rolls around and we have the presidential election. I was still living in Illinois, so I was able to vote in Illinois before I moved to Georgia, because if I moved to Georgia, I would have had to register here, and it was too late to register in order for, say, my vote to count. Now we have the elections, and there's a lot at stake. We've got Biden against Trump. We definitely needed the change of president, in my opinion, even though I didn't vote for either one of them. Yeah, I probably won't talk about politics too much. And now December is here, and on December 1st, I moved to Georgia. I moved to beloved cabin, tiny house homestead and stay. So I have the only rentable spot, as they are trying to do all of their spots Airbnb. So I've got Airbnb guests that stay next to me and over in the yurt. It's pretty cool because I'm making new friends. I'm a lot happier here. If you guys want to try one of their Airbnbs, you guys can check it out. I will put their link in the description below. You guys can come be my neighbor for a day. Check out the tiny firehouse and the yurt. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're amazing hosts too, so you'll definitely want to stay here for your first tiny house experience. Now we're at about the holiday time at the end of the year. I'm now in Georgia and have been making new friends here. I had no family around. My closest family is in North Carolina, which is about 4 hours away. Then I have some family in Florida as well. So this year for the holidays, we had a fire over up by the community house. Everyone brought a dish, and there was a couple guests here from the Airbnbs, so we made a couple friends. You know, it was a fun time. And then December 31st rolls around, and it's New Year's, and can you believe I actually passed out 10 minutes before midnight? I was exhausted. But anyway, that was my 2020. I want to say Happy New Year, and hopefully it will be a better 2021, but so far it's not looking like it's going to be. But we'll see. Let's try to have some, positive energy and a good attitude towards 2021 rather than not. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Look at all the smoke. On January 1st of 2020, and on that day, cannabis became medically at the end of December. No, at the end of November. So I wanted to,